Hi, Coolio. Thank you for joining me today. I'm really excited to speak with you. We have a big anniversary this week. We are coming up on the 25th anniversary of Gangsta's Paradise, which came out August 8th, 1995, and it was the biggest single of the entire year. So I guess the obvious question to start with was, did you know what you had on your hands? Did you know it was going to be this big of a monster hit?
I was pretty excited about it, to tell you the truth. When I let the record company hear it, their exact words were, "Oh yeah, it's a good album cut." Swear to God, they said that. They will deny that right now. Because they denied it shortly after that. If you think about it, if they would have thought it had been a monster hit like that, there's no way they would have let it be on the soundtrack.
Interesting.
There's no way they would have let anybody share in the revenue of that. You feel me? They didn't see it. They didn't have the vision. There was a lady named Kathy Green. She did acquisitions for Disney at the time. She did acquisitions for Disney films. When she heard Gangsta Paradise, she froze. She didn't say a word. It played to the end. She stopped it. She replayed it. She's like, "Oh my God, I love this song. It would be perfect for this movie that I'm working on."
How do you feel that movie Dangerous Minds has aged? Because I feel like that movie now seems a little antiquated, you know?
To be honest with you, I hate those kind of movies where, you know, the great white hope comes into the inner city neighborhood and saves the little children. Oh, la la la, hey, Santa Claus, or you know, whatever. Everybody knows that those kind of moments happen very few and far in between, and nobody, there's not that many people that care about each other. Yeah, I'm not saying this is unheard of, but just, you know, those kind of movies are cliche as hell.
What was your perception of the movie 25 years ago compared to now?
I knew that the song being in the movie helped the movie. And I knew that the movie having the song in it helped the song. It gave it a better chance than it would have had on the song. They both helped each other because the movie was not testing well. And they anticipated it to be a flop. Thought that it was going to be Michelle Pfeiffer's first flop. They were scrambling, trying to do whatever they could not to make that not happen. I mean, it was testing very low. When they put the song in it, it gave it that emotional and human element.
Tell me your memories of making the music video where you're sitting so iconically with Michelle Pfeiffer.
At first, I didn't think she was going to show up. And when she showed, I was okay. She's not scared. I thought she was going to be scared. She brought her twins with her. She had just had twin babies. They dolled her up real quick, and she nailed it. I mean, she got it. It was as easy for her as it was for me, I think. We talked very little. We didn't talk a lot, you know, hi, how you doing? Asked a couple generic questions and just small talk. Pretty much. And she was in and out. Like I said, she had her babies with her. So to tell you the truth, she wasn't that interested in what was going on. She just came, somebody asked her to do something. She came in, she nailed it, and she went back to mommy duties.
Obviously, this samples a Stevie Wonder song. So how did it come together that you did perform with him at, I believe it was the Billboard Music Awards that year? Tell me your memories of that.
Stevie Wonder, I mean, you know, man, it was like I was on drugs. It was a high. It really was. I had so much power that night in my voice. And I had so much, my breath control and my stage presence was probably on 15, on 26, whatever. It was different.
Which was, I'm trying to remember, when he starts singing his own hook.
Yeah, he started singing Pastime Paradise, and then they started saying, "Ain't no racists living in paradise." And LV was saying, "Ain't no gangsters living in paradise," and then he was saying, "Ain't no racists living in paradise." And you know, they just started ad-libbing, and they're like doing runs. It was tight.
Well, there's another iconic performance that you did of this song with Howard Stern when you went on his show and he ended up singing the LV hook.
Been living most our lives, living in a gangster's paradise.
So when he started singing on the track, when you performed it on his show, did you know, was that planned, or did he just start singing it like on his own?
He started singing it on his own.
He actually sounded all right, like mostly in pitch.
Wasn't bad at all. I always liked Howard. He can be offensive. He can be crass and rude and almost borderline racist sometimes. But, you know, it don't bother me because it's okay to be who you are, you know. He means well, is what I'm saying. He's always been cool with me. You know, he's always supported my music, and I overlook the stuff about him that I don't like. You always have friends or family or, people that do things. You like people, but you don't like everything they do.
No interview about Gangsta's Paradise would be complete without asking about what happened with Weird Al. I know you guys did patch things up, but I want your side of the story about what the miscommunication was.
They asked me if they could do it, I said no. They did it anyway. I felt disrespected. But in hindsight, that was not one of my most cerebral moments, okay? That was hella dumb of me. You know, he did Michael Jackson. He did a bunch of people of a much higher stature than me. And, you know, I should have just let it go.
I think you've been quoted as saying it was one of your biggest like career regrets is that you objected to it or whatever.
Not career regrets, but it was one of the dumb things I did. It made me look petty and short-sighted and dumb and ghetto and yeah, all the above. Check off every box. It wasn't cool, and I'm supposed to be Coolio. And Coolio of me to do that. In hindsight, you know, and especially after I thought about it, and then I talked to some friends and some family, it was like, man, what's wrong with you? That was that, and I was embarrassed. I embarrassed myself. I just told him, I said, it's cool, bro. I'm sorry about all the hoopla. You know, is it cool? He's like, yeah, it's cool, man. Don't worry about it. I was like, yeah, you don't worry about it either. I think that's what we said to each other before we turned back to back.
Did you ever perform together or talk about doing that?
No, we haven't.
I think for the 25th anniversary, maybe do a virtual Zoom, you know, live stream of Gangsta's Paradise matched up with Amish Paradise. Not a bad idea. Giving you that idea. Run with that if you want.
It's totally possible because, you know, Gangsta's Paradise is not mine anymore. It's everybody's.